1-point loss against the best team in the league. I know there's no moral victories, but how our guys competed for 48 minutes, I'm beyond proud, given how we played the last 2 games. Had a chance to win at the end, a couple of plays on offense, big-time rebound at the end that we've got to learn from. But we got significantly better today, and I'm proud of how they played. And if we can play like that every night, we got ourselves a chance.
Was there thought given, Taylor, to any challenge on that Caldwell Pope foul situation with about 2.5 minutes left?
Not really.
Coach, over the last 2 days, you've been talking about, the space and the pace. What can be said about those two things, especially in the first half?
I thought our pace was great. 21 fast break points. I think at halftime, they locked down on us defensively in that second half. Got to find ways to keep getting the pace, especially when teams are going on runs. But I felt like our defensive activity really ignited us, have a heck of a first quarter, and I think we racked up like 19 assists in the first half too. So I think our pace was great. Guys are getting out rim runs, finding their open teammates, but it's a credit to our defensive activity to get to that pace that we need to play at.
Hey, Coach, when you built a 16-point lead, what did they do different or you do different so you can maintain the lead other than being the Lakers?
Yeah, I think they changed up their coverages. They got a little bit more physical. Compared to our first game against them, we didn't handle it as well. They're a heck of a team. They obviously went on a run. I think they, banged a couple threes to start the half. Had nothing to do with their defense, really. But then, we just had to weather the switches and all that stuff. I feel like we played great multiple actions to try to get open looks, and we just missed some shots. A couple possessions here or there where we can play a little bit better with the pace, but I felt like they just kind of picked up their defensive physicality. They're switching a little bit more, and that kind of slowed us down a little bit. But to still to be within a possession at the end of the game, to withstand their runs, I'm proud of our guys to continue to find a way to get big buckets against one of the best defenses in the league.
So Coach Jaren had another game where he hit multiple threes, but he also made a lot of plays off the dribble. What does it do for the rest of the offense when he's making those plays off the dribble?
Big time. For him to be very versatile, plays off the bounce, hitting threes. He's an inside-out player, so it's huge for his growth. He's still really young in his career, so as he's identifying those opportunities to be in attack mode, I think it really benefits our offense. We need another dimension outside of just our point guards being playmakers, and to have him be a playmaker for us, I think is huge.
Coach, just coming this close against a team like the Lakers, does this, for a young team, does it just reaffirm what they can be when they're at their best? They can compete with anybody?
100%. Like I said, to them after the game, super proud. Their effort was unbelievable. Our defensive activity set a tone to start the game. If we can play up to that standard night in and night out, you're going to hopefully have a chance to win more ball games. Obviously, fourth quarter, a couple moments there where we've got to execute a little bit better and, prize, defensive rebound. But what they were able to do for the majority of the game, that's where we got to be. That's what we've hung our hat on. A week ago, it kind of slipped away from us, but if they can kind of ingrain that in their mind, this is what it is. This is fun style to compete that way. I'm super proud, and that's the Grizzlies I love to be a part of.
Coach, the final offensive play of the game that you drew up, it didn't work out the way that you wanted, but what were you looking for in that final play of the game?
Are you the side out of bounds or the 1-second one?
The out of bounds play. So
I was hopeful to get an elbow catch for JJ, and then him and Ja in a two-man game. They switched it, denied our elbow catch, which put JJ out above the perimeter. So it kind of blew up the play a little bit. Credit to the Lakers on taking that away from us. And then we were hopeful to get a drive and a flare on the backside. So we kind of got our hands forced there. JJ takes a shot. We don't get it. We got it back, and luckily we got a layup. 1-point game. We just got to come up with some more stops down the stretch.
Hey, Coach, at the beginning of the season, your guys couldn't close out close games at the end. But the last few games, they have been growing. Talk about the growth since the beginning of the year to the end of the year about closing out close games.
Yeah, a week ago, we went 3 in a row in all close games. The last, 2 before this night weren't that close. But I felt like our execution was great. We got our guys in our spots. There were a couple plays really in the fourth quarter that we didn't execute well, but we're still in the game. I thought their defense took us away. Sometimes that's going to happen. I thought we tried to execute, the side out of bounds, a couple half-court plays, trying to make that, drop pass to JJ against a mismatch. We're going to connect on that, Ja to JJ, and then, a couple of turnovers, off of some penetration. But overall, I felt like our guys were dialed in. Their defensive activity, the Lakers started hitting some big shots shots in the second half, but we weathered it. And I think that's the biggest thing that we've grown is, if we commit ourselves from the beginning of the game, you're going to put yourselves in those situations in the fourth quarter to have a chance to win some ball games. And I think our guys are growing, recognizing it. But now the big thing is we got to do it on Monday and then the day after that and the game after that. But I'm super proud of how they've, learned early, and now they're kind of, taking those opportunities to get better, and, we will. All right. Great. Thanks, everyone.